Black Peace. The locker room didn't seem that peaceful. What do you take from that exchange?
Losing. Losing is heavy, brother. It is very, very heavy. Um, I know a few fellas that have endured a bit of losing and they're not taking it quite well. But I'm not getting
I
too
said
detailed
I'm
about
not gonna
that.
curse on the podcast this episode.
Hey, come on, I'm not a cocky guy. I have to get one in. But no,
no, I mean
I
you
think
won. You won.
the main thing is honestly is losing. Honestly, they had a little spark at the beginning of the year. I think they went on like a 6 or 7 game win streak, maybe 8. And no, it was like 7. And ever since then, they just been back to garbage. Um, I feel like nobody knows where to point the finger to, and they're going to the stars. They're going to Christian Woods, who's the I guess you would say the veteran of the team. You're going to KCP, who's the shoot, the primary veteran scorer on the team, if you would say, or shooter on the team, or guard for sure, young guard. And it's at this point where nobody knows what to do. You got Jalen, like you said, is flocking his wings, and I mean, it's just kind of a circus right now. And according to my knowledge, Christian Wood actually did something I feel like that affected his stock. Um, I believe the Rockets were actually up in that Denver game by 9 points, and when he checked in, he went negative 19 on the floor or 17, and
His plus
totally flip
minus.
flopped the game. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, minus. He went minus 19, I believe, and they ended up benching him for it. And that, in my opinion, I know you have your differences with your coach, but do your job, do your part, do what these people pay and pay admission to come see, which is great, high potential, high intensity basketball. Not you pouting because you're not getting your way or you had disagreement. Business is business, yes, but professional sports is professional sports. You know, and at this point, I feel like it is deteriorating, but it can be fixed. I feel like there should be some moves being made. Sadly, because I did like how the team was going. I like the young energy, but this kind of thing can't be accepted in my opinion if we're trying to build a actual strong team. I can't say both of them need to go, but some arrangements need to be done. You know what I'm saying? So just for the benefit of the organization and just for future players, let them know like, hey, you come to this organization, bro, you gotta, fall in line. We just had James Harden who was going to strip clubs every night. So this is the last
What?
thing you want to see is
But he's
your
playing
players,
MVP
James
basketball.
Harden
that's
is a
fine,
three-time
but
scoring champ MVP.
at the same time though, with a team with no
No sir.
necessary dominant
But
leader or with a heavy paycheck, it's kind of up in the air. Everybody kind of doing
no
what they want to
offense,
do.
John
You know what I
Lucas is
mean?
not the leader of this basketball team. No offense.
Oh
I
no,
love
no.
John Lucas. I like John Lucas. I respect John Lucas. But in the sense of, I don't know what was said. We don't know what was done. It could have been something so out of line to where, as a man, it's just certain shit I'm just not gonna budge on, right? So we don't know those inexcusable acts that could have crossed an invisible line there. So I'm not gonna really speak to what was said or speculate, but Kevin Porter
Just
Jr. has
fueled by
had
losing.
it's true, but Kevin Porter Jr. has also had a history of acting out or acting a certain way, whether that be on the bench or in the locker room or with coaches or whatever the case may be, when things have not been advantageous or when things have not swayed his direction. So, um, could it be another instance of that? I'm not too sure. It very well could be. Um, but to see Christian Wood be entangled in it as well is a bit more telling because they're, three of that being, the other being Jalen Green. They're looked at as, two of the better players or, if not two of the best players on the team. So, if your leaders of the team are doing that, it's just, maybe something is bit off with leadership or, the coaching staff up there in Houston. And maybe it just needs to be corrected. Maybe they need to clean house, entirely new coaching staff. Maybe they need to go in a different direction. Who knows? But John Lucas does have a lot of respect around the league.
Somebody needs to go. Period. Like I agree, whether it be coaching or players. Like I see, I see. I feel like we were too good of an organization for two big pieces to leave, not big, well, two big names to leave, and we just fall back to crumbs. That being the GM and also being James Harden. I feel like we were more than them. I feel like we stayed in the game of being in the playoffs before either one of them came. And I feel like this is just a winning organization that doesn't quit. And this is the worst we've ever been
But what
since
you got
2001.
right, Darnell, but see what you have to be mindful of, hence Respect the Game podcast. You have to respect the process, right? So yeah, they got rid of GM, they got rid of James Harden, it didn't work with Melo, it didn't work with Russell Westbrook. The Rockets was essentially rebuilding with draft picks, bro. And that's just gonna take time. And within that time, just gonna be bad, a bad team, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe some more victories you have to grab. You might have to grab more victories than actual W victories, but I think that's just something to be mindful of. Obviously, you still got John Wall. They're not playing him. They're trying to find somebody to trade with him to get those pieces to help add. So look at Eric Gordon. He's in trade discussions. He's a veteran. He's an OG. I mean, that's Rockets true and blue. But forgive me for being repetitive, but I like what Isaac said. It's reported as John Lucas challenged them. Operative word challenge. We don't know what was said in that challenge. Where, like Isaac said, it's just certain things you're not gonna stand for as a man. And as I continue to grow, as I continue to do the podcast, as I'm continuing in media, I just try to pay attention to the full story will never truly be told. Sometimes in rare situations, you may get the full story, but the full story will never be told. I know my knee-jerk reaction was just like, man, bro, like, y'all can't take those opportunities for granted to be able to get out there on the court. You know what I'm saying? Suppose whatever bad happened and you just say you ain't going in and something happened, you really never get that chance again. Might be a bit of an extremist thought, but I thought about it that way initially.
But my main thing, bro, is like I understand man is man, but when you involve yourself in a team sport, that's exactly what you did. You involve yourself in a team sport. And I feel like, bro, like the Christian Wood situation, like that, when I heard the way he played it, I'm like, bro, that's not how you get it done, my dude. You actually competing against a top team, which can build morale. You're winning by 9. You're not supposed to be winning by 9, in my opinion. And you come in with your, not I'm not gonna do that. That's selfish. That's rude. You come in with your personal matter, and now you play poorly, and now the team suffers, and they got to take a whole L as a team now because of your personal. You know what I mean? That's what rubs me wrong. Like you have an issue, yeah, deal with it. Even whatever. But it's like you're like, come on, bro. Like you in a game. Like you're actually. Your teams depend on you. I know you got a personal issue, but it's like the team. Like finish that after and go off and get fined. That's how I feel about it. You know what, bro? Do your part, do your best you can. And you know what, in the interview, get fined there. Because you know you're gonna get fined for saying what you want. Why not? You get suspended there. But guess what? You was there for your team though.